To Kill a Mockingbird.
Now at Sagerstrom Center for the Arts through January 8th. For tickets, visit scfta.org.
Welcome to the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda. I'm Mario Lopez.
And I'm Anna Gasteyer. Let's start the show.
Please welcome the president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association, Amy Wainscott.
Good morning and welcome to the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda. 30 years ago, I stood on this very corner as a first-time volunteer for the Pasadena Tournament of Roses. A big change from my home in the small town of Eagle River, Wisconsin. That first year, I marveled at the incredible equestrian groups, the talented marching bands, and as they passed this way. I was awed by the florally decorated, supersized floats that turned this corner to begin their 5.5-mile journey through the streets of Pasadena and into your home and millions of others all around the world. I'm still in awe to this day. The new year is a time for renewal, an opportunity for a fresh start. This corner is the official starting point of the Rose Parade, and as each participant takes their turn, we share in the hope, beauty, and joy of what the new year will bring. So today, on behalf of the 935 dedicated volunteers who bring this parade to life, we celebrate the new year with you. From North Central Wisconsin to Southern California, from our home to yours. And now, to get things started, is the multi-platinum indie band Fitz and the Tantrums with their current hit single, Let Yourself Be Free, along with the Temecula Dance Company and our very own Rose Parade youth dancers. New year, here comes the parade.
Let yourself pray. Let yourself pray. 'Cause how we rise to the beat. We like to shuffle our feet. I see you rise to that smoke. So come on, baby, let's go. Whoa, 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 here comes the melody. Whoa, whoa, it's time to get free. Whoa, 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 come on, follow me. Whoa, 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 let yourself free. Let yourself free. Let that smoke fill the room. I wanna boogie with you. I've been looking for you all night. Tell me that it's alright. I wanna rock it with you. Woo! We're jumping through the roof. We gotta keep it loose, loose. Gotta keep it loose. Turn up that roof. It's got me feeling you. We gotta keep it loose, loose. Gotta keep it loose. Whoa, 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 here comes the melody. Whoa, whoa, it's time to get free. Whoa, 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 come on, follow me. Whoa, 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 let yourself free. Let yourself free. Let yourself free. Let yourself free. Come on, follow me. Let yourself free. We're jumping through the roof. We gotta keep it loose, loose. Gotta keep it loose. Turn up that roof. It's got me feeling loose. We gotta keep it loose, loose. Gotta keep it loose. That's how we like it.
Amazing! What a great performance by Fitz and the Tantrums. Oh. How about it? Hello, everyone, and welcome officially to the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda. I'm Mario Lopez.
And I'm Anna Gasteyer. Wow. That opening song put me in the mood for a parade, which is the opposite of a tantrum.
Yes.
So I am in the right place. I am coming to you live from Pasadena, California. I am wearing my pearls because I'm in Pasadena.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. Our friend Al Roker, a staple of the Rose Parade, couldn't make it this year, but we are thinking of you today, Al, and we are hoping you are feeling better every minute.
Absolutely. This one's for you, buddy. And you know, I was thinking before there was the internet, before there was TV, heck, before there was even electricity, there were parades, and people absolutely loved them all. The color, horses, and music. Sure, now we have stealth airplanes, animatronics, and the horses have Instagram accounts, but parades are always timeless and a lot of fun.
It's so true. And you know what else is timeless?
What's that?
Gardens. Gardens are timeless. We are talking about zillions of flowers, which we are seeing because every single float here must be decorated exclusively with flowers and other organic materials, seeds and so forth, not composting toilets.
Right.
So welcome to the world's biggest garden on wheels. This year's theme is turning the corner because it is a brand new year and it's time for new beginnings. And you know, we've never hosted a parade together, Mario.
I know, I'm liking this. So there's no turning back now. Buckle up, America. It's showtime.
It sure is. How about those bombers?
Hey, that woke you up right there.
It really did. It got me jumping around in my pearls a little bit.
Turned out to be a beautiful day here in Pasadena.
So lucky.
Sunny. And of course, it's on a Monday. Back in 1892, fun fact for you, the organizers decided to move the parade whenever it falls on a Sunday because they didn't want it interfering with church services.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to scare the horses that are outside the churches.
Also a good idea, although maybe the bombers did scare them a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
It's exciting. They have a lot of composure.
They've come a long way from right now.
Yeah, they sure have.
So we're getting ready to see a lot of floats and beautiful bands. So here we go.
Here we go.
Our friends over at Honda are getting this party started with the first float of the day, a celebration of Honda's determination to advance the future of mobility. Honda's brilliant engineers are working hard to meet some pretty impressive goals. Carbon neutrality by 2050 and 100% electric vehicle sales by 2040.
Wow, 2040, 2050. Gosh, I cannot wait to see that. But then again, my idea of advanced mobility will be tying my own shoes.
Oh.
I still do Velcro.
Well, check out these amazing machines. They look like science fiction, but they're real and coming soon. We got Honda's first electric SUV, Acura's electrified race car, which is headed for competition at Daytona, by the way, and an electric motorcycle, the Honda Jet, and a future mobility initiative, Honda's electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft.
Well, that's going to need a very large outlet.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, luckily I don't need to understand how it all works. I'm just happy to skip the gas station in the future, right?
Yeah.
Get that off your list of errands. Turn in the corner.
I learned recently on it, too, if you have an electric car, you can ride in the carpool lane.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
The Diamond Lane.
That's an incentive right there.
That sure is. Get to work a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So this is the 13th year that Honda has led the Rose Parade.
They've been such a great partner. Speaking of Honda, your show, American Auto, I'm sure
Yes.
deals with some Hondas and
Yes.
many other cars.
I run a fictitious large automotive company, Payne Motors. American Auto is about that. I play the new female CEO of
Good
an
for you.
automotive company. When we premiere, actually, our second season comes back January 24th, right here on NBC.
Congratulations to that. Well, the United States Marine Corps, ladies and gentlemen, Mounted Colored Guard, has been leading the Rose Parade since 1985. They have a special honor and responsibility as the only equestrian unit to carry the American flag, and those beautiful Palomino Mustangs were rescued by the Bureau of Land Management's Adopt a Horse and Burro program.
Aw, do you think those wild ponies ever dreamed that they would grow up to be TV stars? Look at them, they're so cute.
Look at that. They're looking beautiful
They're
right there.
gorgeous, and they have fancy shoes on too,
Look at that.
or socks, I should say.
You know, the last active mounted Marine cavalry was deactivated in 1938. So there's not too many of these horse Marines left.
It's amazing. Yep.
The way these horses trot, It's like they know they got to step it up for this parade,
They're proud and they're humble. Look at them.
I like those coats the Marines are wearing.
I do too.
They're sort of like capes. Right? They're like a
Because
coat
they're
cape.
heroes, and heroes wear
Yeah,
capes.
that's
You
right,
know that.
that's right.
Did you know that today we're going to see 39 floats with over 1.2 million flowers?
Wow.
That's a lot of flowers and organic
I also
material.
know that the average. Oh, well, I'm going to get back to that fun fact later. Listen, it's a unique combination of tradition, artistry, and talent that makes this parade so special. Case in point, the U.S. Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band. They represent the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band, the 1st Marine Division Band, and Marine Band San Diego, 100 strong. They're musical ambassadors here at home, globally too. They're also combat trained and ready. But you don't want to mess with them.
Oh, I will not mess with them. I'm sitting up very straight. Actually, I'm standing. I'm using my core as they pass by in honor of their enormous posture.
What's fascinating about this band is they perform in over 300 shows a year. They have 300 commitments.
That's incredible.
Including military ceremonies, parade appearances all over the country.
Yeah, and that is a big shout out for the sousaphone guys in the back.
Let's listen in. Oh, look how cute is that mama snail.
Her babies, this is so cute. It's Cal Poly University's Road to Reclamation float, and it's an invitation to take a deep, up-close look at nature and the power of regeneration. How the end of one phase gives life to the next one. In this case, a fallen tree branch is hosting a diverse community of living creatures. I love this. It reminds me of a sofa that I had in college. All sorts of things were growing in there.
Well, here's a high five for the more than 60 trophies that Cal Poly University's floats have brought home over their 74 years with the Rose Parade. So they're a staple here as the only student-built float in the mix. Look at the students
I love
rising to the occasion. Isn't that great?
This is cool. The corn husks on the undersides of the mushroom caps create a ruffled gill effect, which is super interesting. Those are corn husks, not just flowers. And it won our Extraordinaire trophy today.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at those purple carnations. They're incredibly excited about using them. They're deep purple carnations on the tall snail. And
They're really leaning into the theme of renewal and giving old materials new life.
I love that. Now, here's another impressive student group, the Brookwood Bronco Marching Band from Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. Brookwood High School has an impressive roster of alums who become pro athletes, Mario. We're talking about NFL, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, even an Olympic swimmer. So their band, these talented musicians, are obviously incredibly inspiring to their student athletes who shine.
Shout out to Snellville, Georgia, and I feel like this rousing music might give me straight to sleep to my New Year's resolution. Fired up about that. However, being Catholic, I start over every weekend.
So you folks at home, march in place, and Mario and I will be right back here to meet you for the parade. Grand Marshal Gabby Gifford, great music from Lainey Wilson, and so much more as the 134th Rose Parade, presented by Honda, continues.
It's the best of the best versus the best.
Take an artisanal tortilla, add some fire-grilled pollo perfection, maybe a little slow-braised beef. Grill, dip, eat, and repeat. New local burrito grillers, only from El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Frontier's Fiber Gig Internet is here for the holidays, the gift of more speed and reliability.
Finally, we can explore fantastic new worlds together in 4K.
Your brother made the drive home and he lives 5 states.
Finally, I can feel guilty with less lagging.
Finally. Switch to Frontier Fiber Gig Internet and feel the joy of our whole home Wi-Fi guarantee. Plus, get a $200 Visa reward card on us.
Farmer Boys has found a new way to make breakfast even more mouth-watering. It's the Cinnarroll French Toast Platter. So decadent, folks are getting unglued. You gotta taste cinnamon rolls dipped in batter and cooked to perfection, or you'll flip your wig. Loaded with 2 hand-cracked eggs and bacon, it's sinfully delicious.
Boys gone to pieces.
Farmer Boys, farm food ain't fast food.
The Infiniti QX60. Take on your wild world in style. Experience the Infiniti QX60 at your local Infiniti retailer.
We save you valuable time and money by doing the comparison shopping for you.
Making Jerry's Price the lowest price every day.
Compare our San Diego sofa to a similar one from Pottery Barn.
With luxurious feathered down seat cushions over hand-tied coils.
Plus, ours has a stain-resistant, easy-to-clean slipcover.
And Jerry's Price is over $700 less than their price. For a limited time, get 36-month no-interest financing. Jerome's, fighting inflation every day with Jerry's Price.
Escape the ordinary at SoCal's snow capital, Big Bear Mountain Resort. With 2 world-class mountains, there's more to explore at Big Bear Mountain Resort. Winter lives here.
Our citrus marinated slow grill famous pollo, cut to order by us so it can be enjoyed by you. The family feast, 8 pieces of pollo, 2 sides, an avocado salad and churros, starting at $24. El Pollo Loco, feed the flame.
And look who joined the party. This summer right here in LA, the Los Angeles Country Club will be home to the US Open, where the best in golf will go head to head. You can watch all the action Father's Day weekend, June 15th to 18th on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
You know, it is good to stop and appreciate what you have every day, like nouns. For example, we could not host this parade without nouns, could we? We would be saying, hey, go, pretty, marching, happily. And next thing you know, you'd be calling a medic.
That would be difficult. Well, these nouns actually come from a group of animators at Stupid Buddy Studios in Burbank, California. Love that name, where artists tell stories through stop motion animation, puppetry, live action, 2D, and computer animation. And every single day, they auction off a new digital art piece, which they call a noun. Each noun is a pixelated, colorful avatar. The money they raise goes to empower artists and community causes. That's very cool.
It is. It's generous. And, that's generous is an adjective, but generosity is a noun.
Yes, look at that.
It's important that this is edutainment, Mario.
Stupid Buddy Studios, by the way, is home to the longest-running stop-motion animation show on TV, Robot Chicken.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
a funny show.
It's a great show. Stupid Buddy Studios designs and builds masks also for the Masked Singer TV show. Did you know that I was on that show, Mario? I was a Christmas tree.
You were a Christmas tree.
And
Great
Stupid Buddy
job.
made my very uplifting costumes.
Stupid Buddy's not so stupid.
Stupid Buddy is not so stupid. Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
I mean,
It looks
I think the children will be excited about this one.
My sons, I'm sure, enjoying that one right there.
100%. I'm also just want to
Hey.
say, I'm really glad that I'm not allergic to flowers today.
Yes, that would be
It's
bad.
a gift.
That would be bad. It smells really, really good around
It
here.
smells so amazing.
Well, this year's Tournament of Roses theme is turning the corner, and no one has turned a bigger corner than our Grand Marshal, Gabby Giffords. The former Arizona Congresswoman has shown courage and strength on the journey to recovery while she continues to fight for country and community. Today, she's riding with her husband, Senator Mark Kelly, in a 1911 Rambler. She puts the Grand in Grand Marshal.
Gabby Giffords was the youngest woman ever voted into the Arizona State Senate. And from there, she joined the U.S. Congress. And of course, after an attack by a gunman in 2011, she showed true grit, working hard to regain her speech and mobility while founding the Giffords organization to fight for gun safety legislation. And this past summer, the former Congresswoman received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Gabby Giffords is an inspiration to anyone trying to turn a corner and make a new start.
Well, from sunny Tucson, Arizona comes the Foothills Falcon Band. They've been the biggest high school marching band in Arizona for over 20 years.
Wowza.
Currently 258 members strong. That's a lot. This is their first ever march in the Rose Parade, but it's not their first road trip. They've played in France, England, Australia, and even on the Great Wall of China. That's impressive.
That's incredible. The Foothills Falcon Band has had the same director, Renee Shane Boyd, since their start in 1992. Please give that woman a trophy or a nap. I mean, look at that. They have their little lariats. They're using their, it's not a hula hoop, Mario.
258 members is a lot there.
Yeah. Look at that. I think they have really strong triceps.
Let's listen in.
I love this. 30% of the student body is enrolled in a music class.
That's impressive.
It's impressive.
What's also impressive is that they're lassoing themselves. I love that. Well, now, marking their 15th year in the parade is Western Asset. They're bringing their wild and colorful float called Welcome to the Jungle.
Such a good Guns N' Roses tribute band. I love it.
Absolutely. Big GNR fan. Actually, it's technically a tribute to the diversity and harmony of nature, but these guys definitely know how to rock. Actually, all the animals are in motion here. This jungle includes 4 ocelots, a toucan, a scarlet macaw, and a garden of tropical flowers made out of, wait for it, flowers. Over 30,000 of them.
That's absolutely incredible, and it's obvious why they won the Judges Trophy this year.
Ooh.
It's incredible. Look at all of those flowers. Holy crow.
Friendly reminder here that all our lives are connected into nature's ecosystem in this beautiful float, which happens to be 55 feet long. They're based right here in Pasadena, too, by the way.
Yes. The float is 55 feet long, which is long.
Good size float.
Yeah.
Good size float.
It's a meaningful float. It's
substantial. Substantial float right there.
It's what I aspire to.
Look at that. And they move. Come a long way in 134 years, huh?
Yeah, they sure have. Again, the sunshine picking up these incredible flowers.
Well, some folks get into history through books, and others get on a horse and bring it to life, like the Spirit of the West Riders. This little horse, he said, has researched and recreated life in the old American West. They wear authentic costumes and ride on period-accurate saddles from the 1840s to the 1920s.
So we've got cowboys, cavalry, ranchos, vaqueros, trappers, and even fancy ladies riding side saddle. That's the way I like to do it. The Spirit of the West Riders bring their showmanship to movies and TV shows set on the American frontier. And they ride on behalf of the John Wayne Cancer Foundation. Here we go.
Well, you're a fancy lady. I see why you ride side saddle. John Wayne, by the way, is probably looking down from heaven and saying, dang, side saddle looks real hard. Was that my John Wayne?
It was close.
I
can tell you did the work, and that's what matters. All right, they're all the way from freezing Minnesota.
Oh, it comes from the Rosemont High School Marching Band. These 260 marchers have been rehearsing through the sub-zero winter thanks to a covered football stadium at their high school. Thank goodness they got it. Otherwise, they'd be marching popsicles.
They really would be. Heartwarming fun fact, one of the Rosemont High School marching band directors was in the band as a teenager, and it's where he met his future wife, who is actually still his wife. Isn't that heartwarming?
So cute.
I love it.
Super cute right there.
It's so uplifting to hear of a cold Minnesota couple that stayed together. I love it. I love
my sister used to live in Minnesota. It gets cold.
It got real cold a couple
in
weeks
Minnesota.
ago with that weather. It was absolutely
listen,
insane.
you can comb the beach from coast to coast, but I'm pretty sure the only place you're going to find a giant surfing bear is right here with us. So stick around. The 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda continues coming up next.
There's no bigger bang
All right, let's do this.
than Night Court, January 17th.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Life is uncertain. Everyday pressures can feel overwhelming. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Distinctive in design, meticulous in craftsmanship, confident in execution. Genesis, a new beginning of what luxury can be. Now lease a 2023 Genesis GV80 for $699 per month, only at your Genesis retailer.
Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Why did you switch? Because Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile? It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-861-4999.
I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too. I love Tito's tacos. What else can you do? You can also try delicious burritos, chips and salsa, enchiladas. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too.
Escape the ordinary at SoCal's snow capital, Big Bear Mountain Resort. With 2 world-class mountains, there's more to explore at Big Bear Mountain Resort. Winter lives here.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Well, at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, brilliant solutions are transforming the future of conservation. The 10 riders on this wonderful float include wildlife care specialists, veterinarians, guides, and conservation scientists who are dedicated to creating a world where all life thrives. While this important work is going on behind the scenes, more than 5 million guests a year experience life-changing moments with nature at the park. We went this year. It's a great time.
It is so spectacular there. And that's 4-month-old Neville with his mom, Livia. They are 2 southern white rhinos who bring hope to cutting-edge efforts to save their northern white rhino cousins. She might be made of poppy seed, Spanish moss, and seaweed, but she is going to protect that baby.
Wow, very cool.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, there's a whole lot happening here in the Trader Joe's float, and I'm not sure if I'm excited or just hungry. I love Trader Joe's.
Shout out to them. Well, their theme this year is Onward. Leading the way is a giant delivery motorbike with cookie wheels that actually spin. Check out those cookie wheels. And a lobster's rocking the sidecar. It's a rock lobster, literally. And there's a sweet tropical romance brewing in a banana boat. A boat that paddles forward with a giant rotating pizza wheel. I mean, come on.
I love a banana boat because my nickname is Anna Banana. Everybody calls me that. Now, this won the Wrigley Legacy Trophy for obvious reasons. I think whoever designed the float had the munchies. I do have to give a shout out to the clever pelican. He just stole a slice of pizza.
Of course he did.
Good for him.
There's a big float, too. It's almost as long as 2 New York City buses.
Yeah, so to give you context, that's 75 feet long, which is 2 New York City buses. That clarifies our 55 feet.
Did you know this, Anna? Fun fact, the very first Trader Joe's opened right here in Pasadena.
No, I didn't know that, but I truly love Trader Joe's with my whole heart, and I like to give a gift certificate to Trader Joe's to all the young people that I know.
It's a great
there's
gift.
No gift better.
It's a great gift. It's been around since 1967, so they've been around for a while.
And that was where I was born, so that
Hey.
feels fitting. As I'm their largest consumer. And also, floral goods. They have the most adorable, like, little cactuses and things like that.
Yes,
too.
great for little gifts. Want to get a quick thing of wine? There you go.
Yep, you always get top shelf Trader Joe's. That's the way to do it.
I like that guy with mustache right there.
Look at him.
He's looking good. The sun is shining.
Oh, I'm so happy. It was pouring rain, and we were so nervous it was going to be cold and miserable. But
It is beautiful. By the way, speaking of cold, the coldest parade on record happened back in 1952, 32 degrees.
Oh, see, now that would be no problem in New York, but here in California, it makes people very sad.
You actually know people do not like that here.
They bust out their Uggs in like 65-degree weather
That's
here.
right. I'm rocking Uggs as we speak. That's exactly it. It's only rained 10 times, believe it or not, throughout the history.
Amazing.
Well, here we go, all the way from the Republic of Panama. Say, bienvenida tu banda de música La Primavera. It's their first time in the Rose Parade. They were invited to the parade back in 2021.
Wow.
That was an extra special year for them since it was the bicentennial celebration of Panama's independence. While COVID threw a monkey wrench in those plans, it's great to see them here today. Gracias.
Really is so worth the wait, man. They were founded in 1992 as a drum band. Banda de Música La Primavera has grown in size and sound. Now they are a full marching band, complete with color guard and dancers, as you can see, in traditional dress, which is fantastic. Those orange skirts look like big swirling blossoms. I love these. They're absolutely spectacular. I love the way they move.
Shout out to the musical director, Javier Jimenez. And they've played all over here in California and New York, as well as Colombia and Costa Rica.
I love the...
oh, what a beautiful outfit, huh?
It's extraordinary. It's so beautiful.
I love that we're celebrating so many different cultures here at the parade, too.
I do, too. It feels very essential to California as well, which is such an amazing state that way. I love it here.
Oh, that's a cool drum set. I played the drums as a kid.
Did you, Mario? I did the violin, which is great in the marching band. You know, the fourth woman president is on her way, and I, for one, like the sound of that. You will see what I mean when we return. Remember, you can also follow along with us on social media at Rose Parade on Twitter and Facebook, and at Rose_Parade on Instagram. We will be right back.
All your favorites return. AGT All-Stars, tonight on NBC.
Take an artisanal tortilla, add some fire-grilled pollo perfection, maybe a little slow-braised beef. Grill, dip, eat, and repeat. New local burrito grillers, only from El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Frontier's Fiber Gig Internet is here for the holidays with the gift of more speed and reliability.
Finally, we can explore fantastic new worlds together in 4K.
Your brother made the drive home and he lives 5 states.
Finally, I can feel guilty with less lagging.
Finally. Switch to Frontier Fiber Gig Internet and feel the joy of our whole home Wi-Fi guarantee. Plus, get a $200 Visa reward card on us.
You go by lots of titles: veteran, dad, hairstylist. So adding a student title might feel daunting. National University is here to support all your titles. National University, supporting the whole you.
Farmer Boys has found a new way to make breakfast even more mouth-watering. It's the Cinnarroll French Toast Platter. So decadent, folks are coming unglued. You gotta taste cinnamon rolls dipped in batter and cooked to perfection, or you'll flip your wig. Loaded with 2 hand-cracked eggs and bacon, it's sinfully delicious.
Boys gone to pieces.
Farmer Boys, farm food ain't fast food.
Hi, welcome to Toyotathon.
Thanks. Now that the holidays are over, I'm getting a Camry.
And we're getting a RAV4 hybrid.
And I'm getting a Tundra.
Oh, and you're getting a belly rub.
And I'm getting a truck.
Now, during Toyotathon, get a low $349 a month lease on a bold new Camry. And it comes with Toyota Care, no cost maintenance standard.
Come in today, but you're already here.
Toyota, let's go places.
What if a mouse could change the world? What if it could be a huge party with my friend Mickey?
Here is where 100 years of Disney dreams come to life at the Disneyland Resort.
Escape the ordinary at SoCal's snow capital, Big Bear Mountain Resort. With 2 world-class mountains, there's more to explore at Big Bear Mountain Resort. Winter lives here.
Our citrus marinated slow grill famous pollo. Got to order by us so it can be enjoyed by you. The family feast. 8 pieces of pollo, 2 sides, an avocado salad, and churros. Starting at $24. El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Now that is what I'm talking about. VIP in the house. The Tournament of Roses president, Amy Wainscott. She is the parade's 4th woman president, and clearly she's doing an amazing job. Way to go, Madam President.
Yes, way to go. By the way, You play the first woman CEO of an American car company on American Auto, correct?
Yes, I do on American Auto. I do. And as mentioned, first female CEO of Payne Automotive. And we are excited. I told you already. We're coming back for season 2 on January 24th. And we're really, really excited to be back on the air. 8:30, I think.
That's right. We will be covering it on Access Hollywood.
Well,
by
I should
the
hope
way.
so. I won't be wearing my Pasadena vest, but I will wear something more corporate to indicate my. It's a half-hour workplace comedy on NBC, and it's about corporate life. It's like all takes place in the C-suite, so
Love
it's
it.
really fun.
Love it. Well, President Wayne Scott's family is riding with the Express Clydesdales. Love these horses. Absolutely beautiful. It's an 8-horse team of rare black and white colored Clydesdales. They're pulling a replica of an 1880s coach that could seat up to 24 people. Look at that.
They are extraordinary and beautiful. And since these horses, they weigh about 2,000 pounds each, a ton. 2 tons? 2 tons? How many tons? 1 ton. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Good at nouns. They stand over 6 feet tall. They can definitely pull 24 people and a carriage. And maybe not even notice, at the Calgary Stampede event in Canada, these Clydesdales drove William and Kate.
Well, next is the Wisconsin Northwoods Marching Band. This is their first time at the Rose Parade, but even more exciting, this band is the first of its kind. They're a composite of several bands from different high schools in north central Wisconsin. So they're like an all-star band, and as you can see, they're wearing all their various band uniforms, but pulling it together with matching hats.
I love it. The idea is the brainchild of Rose Parade President Amy Wainscott, a proud cheesehead, which is a nickname that Wisconsin people actually embrace. It's not an insult or a
They
slur.
love the cheese.
That's right. They enjoy the cheese. And Amy wanted more students from her home state to participate in the Rose Parade. So she pitched this idea to her alma mater, Northland Pines High. Invitations went out to schools all over the area, and the rest is marching band history. And really a proud moment for those of us who love cheese around the world.
Oh,
And
I'm in that category.
Yes, I'm a cheesehead myself.
I'm a big cheese lover. I'm a big cheese
I'm
lover.
not from Wisconsin, but I do admire the cheese. And I do have to say, this band had guitars, which I've never seen before.
That's rare. Let's take a listen.
Yeah.
Coming on to their 94th year in the Rose Parade is the city of Alhambra. They're taking us up and away in their beautiful balloon. Their theme this year is Together We Rise. Hot air balloon represents adventure and travel, and it's a reminder to see things from a new point of view, because when you're high up in a balloon, you can really take a big picture, right?
Yeah, and to paint that pretty picture, they use yellow mums, as you can see, so many of them for the balloon. They have white lentils, which is cool for the lettering on the balloon. And the clouds are made of white and pink carnations. The garden includes ferns, green ferns, of course, pink roses, and yellow gladiolas. Isn't it nice when flowers get to display themselves for once? I like it. And it's important for lentils to feel seen as well.
They
I feel
do.
they're an overlooked legume.
They are. They're usually associated with soup.
Yes, often, and people that just forget that they work as individuals to make
That's true.
to make a statement as a
They're talented.
Community.
They're a talented group right there.
It's a community. All right, these riders are actually actors and storytellers, and can I call them equestrian thespians?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I just did. So anyway, each year in the hills of Hemet, California, they perform the Ramona outdoor play, and that story is adapted from a novel about Ramona, who was an orphan Native American girl. It's based on real events in Southern California in the late 1800s.
Love me some history. Well, the play involves over 300 volunteer performers like these in authentic 19th century cowboy, Native American, and Spanish rider gear. The first production was back in 1923, so this is the 100-year celebration of Ramona, California off-estate outdoor play. Who knew they even had one? I've been out to
I didn't know
Hemet,
there
didn't
was
know
an
that was going
official
on.
state play. There's so many things to learn about our state,
Look at that.
Mario. I don't even know the bird.
Look at, there's 16 horses in this one and one mule. The only mule in the parade. Shout out to the mule.
Shout out to the mule, everyone. Hashtag mule at Rose_parade on Instagram.
This play, by the way, back in 1884, is the story of a forbidden love set in ranch land that Mexico, America, and Native Americans were fighting over. It's known as the Romeo and Juliet of the Wild West. Isn't that fun?
Oh, and it was an outdoor play. It was I guess the novel. It was based on a novel. The novel was written by Helen Hunt Jackson.
That guy had a great mustache. I like that guy.
Amazing. Incredible. All right. It is so great to see so many schools represented here. I love it. But Claremont McKenna College, they took it to the next level. They brought their actual campus to the parade. Riding the float are student leaders, and I sure hope they're getting extra credit for this. This is a mini model of the college grounds, complete with the buildings, the steps, and the public art.
Well, all of the plants in the landscape are native Southern California floral. The whole scene is nestled in the San Gabriel Mountains beneath a majestic Mount Baldy.
It's incredible. And now, this is the winner of the Golden State Trophy for obvious reasons, because it really represents so much of what California has to offer. It's a beautiful campus. I've actually been to it.
I've actually been to it too. It is. This float, by the way, is 55 feet long. And Claremont McKenna College's 75th anniversary. So they've been around a minute. Shout out to them.
And I love the globe sculpture here. It references the school's Book and Globe logo, which represents their commitment to global education.
Look at that.
Which is absolutely beautiful. 75th anniversary.
Well, like something straight out of a fairy tale, here comes the Pasadena City College Herald Trumpets to announce the arrival of royalty. Today, that means the Tournament of Roses Rose Queen and her royal court. This elite group of musicians includes 9 trumpeters and 1 drummer. The players are chosen from the Pasadena City College Band, as well as musicians from Southern California high schools. Congratulations, ladies. You are looking beautiful.
Please give a graceful wave to the 2023 Rose Queen and her royal court. This year's Rose Queen is Altadena resident and high school senior Bella Ballard. Not one just to sit on her throne. Bella's a semi-pro soccer player.
Oh, look at that.
She volunteers as a soccer coach, and she's set to start college at Yale in the fall, where she plans to study economics, law, and astrophysics. So everybody, get it together.
She's an underachiever. Well, it is 100 years old, going strong, and was the first host of a football bowl. Any guesses? Stick around for the answer when we're back in just a moment with more of the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda.
Brought to you by Honda, the power of dreams.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One in a hybrid. You can't break a land speed record. Air, you will not conquer the air. Well, you'll never make a real truck or compete off-road. Yeah? But what if you can't see the road? What about when there is no road? No land? No gas? They've challenged us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? Honda, the power of dreams.
Hi. Is it too early to return these diet resolutions?
Are they unrealistic or soul-crushingly awful?
Does it matter?
Nope, honey, it does not.
With Weight Watchers, you can eat the foods you love and still lose weight. Start today at www.com.
Take a picture.
What's that? Is that a new iPhone?
Yep, I just got the new iPhone 14 with its amazing camera at T-Mobile.
Wow.
For a limited time at T-Mobile, get 4 iPhone 14s on us and 4 new lines for $25 a line.
Wait a minute. What year is it? Everything I have done was to save you.
No matter what happens, I will get you home.
I'm a bodyguard.
She's murdered tonight.
Wait! Who's gonna deliver our baby?
She is, right, Doc?
Me? Oh, I'm gonna need some help.
Claire! Quantum Leap returns tonight on NBC. The biggest party in Hollywood is back.
I'm the face of post-racial America. Deal with it, Kate Blanchett.
Gerard Carmichael hosts the Golden Globe Awards January 10th on NBC, and watch the red carpet live from Egypt.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. In 2023, drive strong from start to finish all year long. Happy New Year from Goodyear. More driven.
Well, this beautiful carriage, drawn by 4 Frisian horses, brings the Valley Hunt Club. The top hats and gloves are reminders that this long-established group actually staged the very first parade of flowers back in 1890. At the time, Many club members had moved west from the frigid East Coast. They wanted to celebrate.
Oh, and here's a float that has courage, brains, and heart. This year, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation salutes the classic story, The Wizard of Oz. Just as Dorothy seeks a safe place to land, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation has been working hard to provide low-income housing and fight homelessness in the greater Los Angeles area.
That's awesome. And every generation watching is going to recognize these four friends heading into the Emerald City. The theme of this magical float is There's No Place Like Home. Dorothy's famous line, of course, truly stands a test of time.
This is an absolutely beautiful float. Wow. The AHF and its Healthy Housing Foundation are repurposing old hotels and motels to create low-income permanent housing, which is such a creative idea. I love it.
Wow. And this is the AIDS Healthcare Foundation's 10th year in the Rose Parade, so shout out to them.
Beautiful.
Well, now this beautiful carriage by the Frisian horses. They are the Frisian horses.
They are Frisian.
That's the Valley Hunt Club right there. Now, those cool top hats and gloves are reminders that this long-established group actually staged the very first parade of flowers back in 1890. That's a long time ago. At the time, many club members had moved west from the frigid East Coast, and they wanted to celebrate the California gardens that bloom like crazy in January. So they went ahead and bedazzled their carriages with flowers and threw themselves a parade.
Yeah, they did that to celebrate California and also to make their cousins back east very jealous. The college football game was added 12 years later.
Well, for football fans, speaking of which, the parade's a big warm-up for the Tournament of Roses 109th Rose Bowl game. Pac-12 conference champions, University of Utah Utes, are back in the bowl for the second year in a row, and they're facing down powerhouse Penn State. It's the first time these two schools are meeting on the field ever. Little history right here. After their loss to the Buckeyes last year, the Utes are looking for some Rose Bowl redemption.
Yeah, and football history is happening today. One thing I know for sure, the float is already a winner.
Utah is the favorite going into this. They're a strong program, but never count out Penn State.
I was just going to say that.
They are always solid contenders, champions in wrestling as well. Well, the Utah Utes are their school's football heroes, and the Marching Utes are the soundtrack of the University of Utah. They're wearing the school's crimson and white colors. They're also known as the Pride of Utah. By the way, you'll see them again at the halftime show. They'll be busy today.
You bet they will be. They've had amazingly cool gigs, including performing at both the inauguration of President Barack Obama and the 2002 Winter Olympic Games that were, of course, in Salt Lake City in Utah.
Oh, look at that. This band's been all over the place. They made appearances at the 2008 BCS Sugar Bowl, the BCS Fiesta Bowl back in 2004, as well as performances in San Diego, Vegas, San Antonio, and Frisco. Let's take a listen.
Waiting for you, way more horses and flowers than you've ever seen in one place when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda is back after this.
Some migraine attacks catch you off guard, but for me, a stressful day can trigger migraine attacks too. That's why my go-to is Nurtec ODT. It's the only migraine medication that can treat and prevent my attacks all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine attack and prevent one. Now I'm in control.
Talk to your doctor about Nurtec today.
This is the hardest thing we'll probably ever have to go through. St. Jude has given us transportation, treatment. To know that we don't have bills, they take every other stress off of your shoulders.
Mornings made easy. That's totally Target.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Get ready.
Oh, my God. This is so exciting.
For a new year and a fresh start.
Here we go.
Every morning is something new. Get your 2023 started with Today.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free and secure mental health resources today. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org.
Take on life in style in the luxurious Infiniti QX60. Experience the Infiniti QX60 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Life is uncertain. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Season's greetings
And Happy New Year
from NBC4.
We've invited everyone who either won the show or nearly won the show. It's the best of the best versus the best.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rose Parade. And this float celebrates a landmark year for a landmark structure, the actual Rose Bowl Stadium. 2022 happened to be its 100th birthday. The stadium opened in October of 1922, and the first college football postseason tournament was held there on January 1st, 1923. 100 years plus 1 day ago. That's awesome.
I love it. Calling a postseason football game a bowl actually came from the Rose Bowl because it used to be called the Tournament East-West Football Game. Boo! It's so boring.
Boring. So how do you honor 3 college football legends? Well, you put them in a hot car and throw them a parade. Yesterday, all 3 were inducted into the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame as a class of 2022. Vince Evans was quarterback for USC, going on to play for the Chicago Bears and the Oakland Raiders. Former running back Lorenzo White led the Michigan State Spartans to Rose Bowl victory in 1988. White went on to play for the Houston Oilers and the Cleveland Browns.
And from behind the scenes, we have Daryl Dunn, CEO of the Rose Bowl Stadium for 23 years.
Well, 2 consensus championships, 4 Big Ten Conference championships, and 13 undefeated seasons.
And number 9 in all-time total wins. Make way for the Penn State Nittany Lions, ready to roar in today's highly anticipated face-off against the Utah Utes. And in channeling my inner sports pester, I just really impressed myself. You know, I graduated from a Big Ten school, so.
Good for you. Look at you go. Didn't know you were a jock, Anna.
I'm a huge jock. I think that I'm surprised that you didn't just guess that by looking at me.
Right.
Oh, look at that. It's another float featuring a giant football.
Well, marching for the Penn State Nittany Lions, here comes the Blue Band.
All right.
And here is how they got their name. Back in 1923, the band's uniforms were brown. New ones were ordered, but not enough arrived, so the new blue uniforms were given only to the best musicians. Wow. This section of the band became, well, you guessed it, the Blue Band, and they played at special social functions and football games ever since. That's a little cold as ice.
Yeah, it's very Hunger Games, but it works. You know, it's the marching band Hunger Games mashup, which we were all waiting for.
Let's take a listen. Well, while you're cozy at home, bands have traveled from all over the world to celebrate with us today. We're going to continue our warm Pasadena welcome when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda returns right after this.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud. If you want to reach the rainbow, brave the desert before you find the oasis, conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers. And while prices rise, ours are dropping. Get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and save up to half on your wireless. Add extra lines anytime for just $15 each. Call or go online.
I can get the exact same brand of contacts from 1-800 Contacts that I can get from my eye doctor.
Right now, you can save 25% on your first order, plus fast free shipping right to your door. Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that Progressive Home and Auto bundle day and night. We were all of us dazzling. Like knights sworn to protect our kingdom. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but that's what made it special.
I know we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but it'll never be today again.
Just get on the bus,
Yo, dude, you need some help?
Don't worry about me.
Yo, there's no shame.
You don't know my family, man. My parents or brothers or sisters or cousins ever found out?
Dude, this weight is pretty heavy.
I just need some time, but I'll figure it out myself. Okay?
Sometimes you just need some help. So if you need therapy, find a licensed therapist at BetterHelp.com.
Feel the power. Nothing can bring us down.
We got one coming down from the helicopter pad.
My wife, she's pregnant. I have experience in search and rescue. I need to be out there. Rocket propelled grenade. Still in his leg.
Stella! Report!
You got this from falling.
That's what I said.
If something else happened, you can tell me.
No one's gonna take my place.
If you report this right now, he'll get you pulled from the unit.
Well, let's face it, bees work really hard out there, and they need to, because without them, we wouldn't be able to survive. They deserve a day off, however, to have a little fun. Looks like the folks at Blue Almond Growers are making that possible. They designed this float to celebrate an important part of the almond growing process, pollination.
That's right. And these bees get their own playground as a thank you with a Ferris wheel that really does move, which is unreal. Look at that. The rides are surrounded by fields of flowers and almond blossoms, and they're made out of ground rice and pink status flowers. The float is also bedecked with over 10,000 pink and orange roses. I apologize for the pun, but I had to do it. I did it begrudgingly. Okay, that one's for Al.
Yeah,
that one was for Al.
I love me a dad joke. I'm for it all day. You better behave yourself.
Yeah, the world's really buzzing about this float. Also, this won the fantasy trophy, and you can see why, because it's such a happy sort of day at the beach.
Aww.
Day at the beach.
Oh, got it.
I'm going to see myself out. Okay, great.
Well, we think of the Rose Parade, of course, as an American event, but it's about to get international. Meet the Trujillo Marching Band. Trujillo is a small village in northern Italy near Milan.
Of course, they're Milan adjacent. Look how snappy and stylish they are with those feather hats, red gloves. Wow, the red, black, and white colors of the uniform represent the Trujillo coat of arms. These guys hope to spread their love for marching bands, which are actually a really new phenomenon in Italy, but they fit right in here today, of course. Bienvenido is how do you say it? How do you say it? Arrivederci? I don't know.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Well, we're not saying goodbye yet.
No, we're not. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Marching band.
Yes.
How do you play an instrument with gloves on?
This is the
Stylishly.
first Italian marching band to perform at the Rose Parade, so they're making history right here.
Yeah, and they have appeared on several TV shows, including the Italian X Factor and Italia's Got Talent. This is a Mario, some grandma snip by the fire, and I guess others go hang gliding. Okay, this float from the city of Burbank encourages senior citizens to get out there and try something new. So there's a world traveler, there's a mountain biker, a rock climber, a kayaker, an artist, hiker, and a fisherman. And a hang gliding granny. I wonder if she gives lessons.
Those nanas are awesome out there. That mountain goat looks pretty stubborn, shaking his head no. He's decorated with gray and black buffalo grass. The eagle on top is covered in a piece of sugar pine cone. The rock formations are made with over 10,000 roses and 10,000 chrysanthemums. The rushing water below is actually 14,000 blue and white irises.
Yeah, and this is the winner of the Queen Trophy here at the Rose Parade. Oh, look at that. She's riding a bike, staying active.
You know, so inspiring. Everyone, of course, the most popular resolution is they want to get in shape, but these people lead by example. They're disciplined, they're committed, and they're still doing it in these later years. God bless them.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, either I'm having a patriotic fever dream or it's the Painted Ladies Rodeo Performers. They call themselves an extreme drill team. There are 15 American paint horses named for their colorful markings. The riders, they keep it colorful too. And red, white, and blue, our nation's colors, with sparkly tiaras at the top of the Western hats. Now that's how you wear a crown, ladies, with the cowboy hat. I like it. I love it.
It's beautiful. The skilled riders have full-time jobs and families, but they still make time to strap on spurs, pull on chaps, and saddle up because they really love to perform. There are several mother-daughter equestrians in the bunch. Maybe my daughter would like to try this, or maybe my mom. My mom's really the rider in my family.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. At least we would like to try the cowboy hat with the tiara, which I would like to wear.
That's a good look. That's a good look. I like that look. These horses are incredibly well behaved, I gotta say. Well, look, the folks at La Cañada Flintridge are known for their fun, whimsical floats, and they're at it again. This time it's called the Secondhand Shenanigans. The fellow in the window of the house is heading to college soon, turning a corner from little kid to young man, leaving his toys behind. This is great news for a family of raccoons right there.
And of course, you know that raccoons are smart and good with these little hands, but Dad is doing magic tricks. Mama is operating a remote-controlled car, and that toy car is actually a battery-powered satellite to the main float. So it's like a little bonus mini float,
Look at that.
which I love. Yeah. The back of the yard is a stone wall, and it's built with 1,000 potatoes.
Look at those potatoes. A lot of potential fries later
a lot
on.
of potential fries, hash browns. And this is the winner of the Mayor Trophy.
Oh, look at
As you
that.
can see, it won the Mayor Award. I love it. There's over 30,000 flowers adorning this float. And it's their 44th year in the Rose Parade.
All volunteers again from La Cañada Flintridge. They're about 5 minutes away here from Pasadena. Beautiful little community.
And this is amazing. They work on it all year long. In fact, they already have started the design process for next year's float.
Well, look at this band. Sounds like they're ready for battle. It's the Spartan Legion marching band. Love those drum major helmets. They're based on the original Spartan warrior design. It's my high school alma mater there. It's no surprise that all marching bands have their roots in military history, where they help keep up morale. They were leading troops on the long marches and in military parades, and today, this battalion of musicians is in full force. Some history.
They come from Norfolk, Virginia. This is the first time in the Rose Parade. Welcome. They will be using 3 different marching band styles today. The glide step, the 45-degree leg lift, and the 90-degree leg lift, which my dog does, actually, but not as well. And I also am going to be doing 90-degree leg lifts just to work off some of the holiday extra calories.
Let's listen in.
Yeah. These are cool.
Welcome, Los Hermanos Manuelos Charrotzi. Hola. This group was founded in 1996 by brothers and friends from Zacatecas, Mexico, who were living in the San Gabriel Valley of California, proud to share their Mexican culture and heritage. They perform at schools, county parks, and local parades, and today They're in the Rose Parade for the 14th time.
Los Hermanos Banuelos wear authentic charro suits, custom made and embroidered for each rider, with traditional sombreros on top and silver spurs below.
I love their code too. It stands for respecting yourself, your parents, teachers, family, pets.
That's a good one.
Respect is the foundation of success.
I agree.
Could not agree more, and that is awesome.
Especially when it comes to the pets.
That's absolutely.
Gotta respect the pets.
18 horses today. They've got a bunch of different breeds too. Andalusian, Frisian, and quarter horses.
All right, the Louisiana Office of Tourism has a
Feed your soul. Louisiana's beloved country music artist, Yellowstone cast member Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson!
My name ain't on their boots, but they say I'm where the party is. Oh, I drive a plane through the mud. Well, I'm kind of redneck Hollywood. You say, hey, I'm in Louisiana, nowhere Alabama, stars up in the sky. I'm in California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might. But there's more of us. There's a different name, same small town. Gucci lace can dress it up. But country is as country does. Ain't that right, y'all? You say, yeah, I'm in Louisiana, nowhere Alabama, stars up in the sky. I've been to California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might. Woo! What you got, Tommy? Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Joplin meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Joplin meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. You say, hey, I'm in Louisiana, lower Alabama, stars up in the sky. Hey, now, been to California, way too far from Georgia. But one day I might go. Woo! But one day, if you say hello, well, I think Louisiana. Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Joplin meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. Happy New Year, y'all!
Lainey Wilson, she killed it. She's great on as Abby on Yellowstone.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to tune my tuba. You're going to water your horse. And then we're going to meet right back here in just a few minutes for more of the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda.
I always want to know more about my family history.
We sit down at the kitchen table, pull up the Ancestry app, drink our coffee, looking at all the information, all the tiny details. Dad, check this out. Colorize it. Look at
Wow.
that. Everyone has color. Look at that afro.
That was a style. You have to have it. Otherwise, you're not cool. See what else we can find here. Wow, I'm getting good at this already.
Now on sale at Ancestry.
You be the judge. Nutrisystem has answered the bell with menu items that are new for 2023, including hearty inspirations meals to control hunger for up to 5 hours.
I jumped right in and lost 127 pounds.
Skillet meals are amazing. And we're bringing the taste of your favorite restaurant meals right to your home.
I lost 40 pounds. 67 pounds.
55 pounds with Nutrisystem. Act now. Go online or call to get 50% off and start losing weight today.
I sense an evil, dark presence among us.
Yeah, she's standing right next to you.
Spirits are high with Cheech Marin and Rita Moreno.
Are you my grandma Dolores?
No, I'm Beetlejuice.
And all new Lopez versus Lopez, Friday on NBC.
Can I help you find something?
It's date night. I need help.
I'd go with the filet mignon.
Maybe flowers?
Stater Brothers Markets, making meals into memories.
Toyotathon is on. It's the most magical time of the year with great deals on Camry, RAV4, and Tundra. Where's the Tundra?
The elves borrowed it.
What?
Keep them coming!
Tough new Tacomas are available now during Toyotathon. And every Tacoma comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance standard. See your Toyota dealer today.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to the neighborhood. It already feels like home.
Cheers. Stater Brothers, fresh, affordable, community first.
Season's greetings and Happy New Year from California Live.
Running the show takes everything you got. How would you like to be a part of something special?
Baby oil, baby powder, and beer.
Get wet, get dry, get loaded.
New Young Rock, Friday on NBC.
Even surrounded by all this excitement, I am starting to feel deeply serene as the next float glides by. Is there any room for two on those swings, Mario?
Oh, those look like a lot of fun right there. Well, this garden scene featuring a tree of life is called Expanding Hope. The vision of the folks at City of Hope, the world's famous cancer treatment and research organization. See how the branches form a heart in the middle? Resting on the treetops are 6 animated butterflies, symbolizing renewal. The butterflies are all native California species, including monarch, California dogface, my personal favorite, Western tiger swallowtail, that's a strong second, and buckeye.
Yeah, it's funny because those are the names of all 6 of my yoga teachers. Yeah,
Makes
Buckeye's
sense.
a lot of fun. He keeps the class real.
Who knew there were that many butterfly?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, look at all this. This is the City of Hope's 49th year in the Rose Parade. Not surprisingly, they know what they're doing. And during COVID, the City of Hope never interrupted cancer treatments for patients at all.
That's beautiful.
Which is pretty incredible.
It's great because this float is meant to highlight cancer patients who kept sight of their dreams. Well, from Rockford, Michigan, meet the Rockford High School Marching Band. These are some well-rounded students. About 40% of their band members are also athletes.
Oh, I
Look
love
at
that.
Diverse. School has a flexible rehearsal schedule, so they can do it all. I'm a fan of that.
I really appreciate that. The musicians wear all black. They are the, kind of the Johnny Cash of a marching band. And
Love that.
so that means the color guard does the heavy color lifting, bringing all the color with their bright flags. So you can see the contrast. It's super impressive. I love that they can do both athletics and be in the band because it does make for a well-rounded person.
It really does. And the fact they get to wear all black, that's official. Oh, that is solid black.
Yeah. No,
Very, very black.
It's gorgeous. Next time I need a little, dose of encouragement and energy, I'm just going to close my eyes and picture the color guard against this very chic all-black band.
This band has been with us before. They took a little break, though. 1986 was the last time, so they're coming back with us today. We're going to keep the vibes going right now with the warm congratulations to first-time Rose Paraders, Vista Ridge High School Ranger Marching Band from Cedar Park, Texas. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They dedicate today's performance to those that came before them and future generations of the Ranger Band family.
Hey, let's keep the vibes going here with a warm congratulations to, these guys, right? This is the Vista Ridge, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they're incredible. I need to brag about these guys just for a second. Or dare I say, should I toot their horns? That was for
They might
you.
not like that.
In 2019, the Rangers were grand champions at the regional competition where they saw a small band from a less privileged community perform. So they were inspired by that smaller band's talent and spirit, and they organized a fundraiser. They donated $5,000, which their fellow musicians then used to purchase their first equipment trailer, which is such a great way to create community. I really admire that.
Cool. This band's repertoire is eclectic, by the way. They do classical pop, avant-garde. They mix it up. They're like a playlist on Spotify.
This next group believes in the power of community action as well. Their official name is Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of the United States of America, but of course we know and love them as the Elks. They're a fraternal organization with more than 700,000 members across the country, and their floats riders represent 3 of the organization's many impactful projects.
Oh, the Elks Club's been around for a while, too. Say hello to Vietnam War vet Richard Hill. He's a 2-time Purple Heart recipient and an ambassador of the Elks Veteran Service Program. And UCLA sophomore Pedro Calderon from the Elks Scholarship Program, sisters Kira and Kyla Lee. Both competed at the Elks National Hoop Shot Free Throw Contest and made it to the finals in Chicago. The Elks' commitment to veterans and young people, definitely a slam dunk.
I love the elk itself. It's absolutely
Right?
beautiful.
They did give away a student scholarship worth more than $30,000 too, back in 2021. Look at that elk. That's a prominent elk.
Strong fella. Elks care.
Wow, look at this. Gorgeous, athletic, with a fascinating heritage. Of course, I'm talking about my lovely co-host, Anna Gostower.
Oh, Mario, I'm blushing.
Well, I'm also talking about the beauties of the International Andalusian and Lusitano Horse Association. With Spanish and Portuguese heritage, these magnificent breeds are talented and versatile horses, appealing to trail riders and Olympic dressage athletes alike. You do have it going on, though, my dear.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, and here, along comes Torrance. I love Torrance. It's where the American Autopilot was shot.
Oh,
this SoCal community with a hometown spirit has been a parade favorite, of course, since 1914.
In fact, Sydney Torrance entered that very first float to promote the city after its 1912 groundbreaking. How psyched is Sydney Torrance to have a city named after him, huh?
No kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what do I got to do to be named after a city?
Keep it up. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Maybe I should just build a float.
Yeah? Right? That's how we get in there.
You know.
Lopez Land sounds good. I like the way
Lopez
that
Land
sounds,
works
right?
great.
I
Even
would
a
live
theme
there.
park.
That's exactly, theme park. That's more of a theme park.
I mean, you need a lot of pumpkin seeds and lentils because, as you know, I am fond of a legume.
Those are friendly caterpillars right there. They're turning a corner. Of course, they're going to become beautiful butterflies. Perfect for the new year and for this year's theme.
And it's worth reminding people that all of these floats are made with flowers and organic materials. And by organic materials, I don't mean manure. I mean flowers and seeds and things like that. All right, the mega award-winning Pella Marching Dutch have a generational tradition of excellence that spans more than 80 years. Students in this year's crew have parents and grandparents who have also marched in the very same band.
Love that sort of tradition. The Marching Dutch hail from Pella, Iowa. It's a community founded back in 1847 by immigrants from the Netherlands seeking religious freedom. Pella has stayed deeply connected to its Dutch roots, from its windmills to the wildly popular Tulip Time Festival.
Well, my next girls' weekend is officially dialed in. Tulip Time, here we come.
Hey,
Head
Tulip
towards,
Time.
Towards Dutch, Pella, Iowa. Celebrate
that.
my wooden shoes and a good time.
That sounds like a really good time right there.
With the ladies.
Tulip Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tulip Time.
Oh, look at this. They're singing as they march, too. I like that. I love all the history we get to learn, not only about the bands, but the cities where they hail from. So what do Stiletto, Star 2000, Hot Expression, Blush, Free Spirit, and Nina all have in common?
Those are all Eurovision finalists for
Well,
this year. No.
There are just some of the 14 different varieties of roses used by the city of South Pasadena to construct this totally charming spark of imagination float. South Pasadena, by the way, has the longest history of volunteer-built floats in the Rose Parade, making the magic happen since 1893. This year, natural materials were all sourced in the community, including bark, dried petals, and produce. Oh, those clever little mice are competing in their school science fair and leave it to a mouse to build a better mousetrap.
But this one, the Bob Hope Humor Trophy, which is great for its imaginative.
Shout out to Bob
humorous.
Hope.
Hey, I love it.
He also has an airport in Burbank here.
He does. He has a lot of local shout outs.
Love that airport.
I wonder if the bark made the terrifying volcano science project.
Perhaps.
I think.
Oh, love that.
Oh, here they are. It's the Budweiser Clydesdales, and I am definitely not alone in my passion for these guys. They are magnificent, and they have been a fan favorite since their first appearance in 1953. Wow. I love how they look like they're wearing high-end après ski boots. They always kind of travel with a little spring in their step.
They're like that song, Boots with the Fur. Those horses were first introduced to the American public back on April 7th, 1933 to celebrate the repeal of Prohibition. Look at that. They carried the first case of post-Prohibition beer from the St. Louis brewery on a promotional tour that included the delivery of the case of beer to President Franklin D. Roosevelt at the White House.
I approve.
Oh, that's a fun fact. Listen, you're not going to want to miss an incredible performance from American Idol finalist Grace Kinsler. So stay right where you are for more of the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda right after this.
Hey, pal. Love the look. Disguises are so much fun. Unless they're in your kibble. Check the bag. Chicken meal? Not what you think. That's icky birdie bits processed into powder. It's time for Fresh Pet. It's time for meat that's actually meat and veggies you can actually see. Fresh, wholesome ingredients with nothing to hide. Fresh Pet.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
T-Mobile won't raise the price of your talk, text, and data.
Kickstart your new year with the winter season in Candy Crush. Crush the competition to win delicious rewards. Sweet! Next level crushing. Play now.
If you're 50 or over, you can be taking advantage of everything AARP has to offer right now. Join AARP for $12 for 1 year, and your second membership is free. Get instant access to discounts on everyday purchases, eye care and prescriptions, and tools and tips to help manage your money and maximize your health. Plus, AARP fights to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more. Join and get an insulated trunk organizer free, plus AARP the magazine. Call or go to yesaarp.org now.
So, who here is lying? Oh, I like the neckline on that one.
January 17th.
Permission to approach.
Denied.
Permission to leave.
Night Court is back in session.
You're all guilty.
I just think if you show a little compassion, you can put people on a better path. We had a nice talk. He's in a really good place.
Night Court premieres January 17th on NBC.
Beep, look, cars. That's what that all sounded like to me.
Don't miss your turn.
Nobody panicked, but I've been trying to brake for like 20 seconds.
To catch up on American Auto.
She knows nothing about the auto industry.
It's better if you're not into what you're selling. If you're really into heroin, don't sell heroin.
Watch all of Season 1, now streaming on Peacock, before Season 2 premieres.
This is officially our...
Waroom?
American Auto, January 24th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Well, there's a deep sense of belonging that connects so many of the bands we're enjoying today. Welcome back to the Rose Parade, by the way. And that's certainly true of the Taipei First Girls High School Marching Band. Not only have they traveled all the way from Taipei, Taiwan to join us for but back at home, they need to maintain a high GPA if they want to remain in the band. Very cool.
I love that. You know what I would try to do is I would just never graduate. That's how I would stand.
Right?
Yeah. You know, 14 years ago, some graduates here in Los Angeles formed an alumni honor guard and color guard as a tribute to their high school tradition, and they remain active in cultural events. So hashtag band life.
Hashtag stay there forever.
Hashtag keep your GPA up, ladies.
They had prior appearances back in 1996 and 2005, so they've traveled a long way. Good for them.
We love having them here, and I'm glad we got some sunshine for them.
Yes.
Everybody was very worried about all the rain.
Yes, it always seems to brighten up.
It does, because it's beautiful.
It's a good indication of a great year to come. Let's take a listen.
Oh, wow. here we go.
The Downey Rose Float Association has been busy as well. I'm just going to go ahead and say it is bees.
Nice
Their
one.
awesome float shows honeybees working hard to build their colonies and pollinate crops, which in turn provide about 1/3 of our global diet. Meanwhile, volunteers have worked all year long to promote the importance of honeybees to our ecosystem.
And in keeping with the theme of this year's parade, through education and preservation, we really are all rooting for honeybees to turn the corner and come back strong. Boy, is this a beautiful float. Yeah.
The honeybees right here, by the way, they're foraging nectar and pollen from a wildflower garden featuring a honeycomb arch. So they're bees in action.
Yeah, and look at that honeycomb made of all those different kinds of flowers and organic material. I see some lemons and oranges. It's incredible. The front and the back are framed with 4 large purple catmint flowers. They have wild strawberry vines that thrive around a pond there in the middle, and that has floating water lilies. Man.
This is the 71st year for the Downey Rose Float Association, so they've been at it a long time.
And I love it. It's completely financed, constructed, and decorated entirely by volunteers.
A lot of these volunteers have already started the floats for next year. Isn't that crazy?
All right, move over. Game of Thrones. Here comes the Scripps Miramar Saddlebred horses, led by Michelle McFarlane and her beautiful Pinto American breed. Okay, today she's inviting us to a medieval pageant. Wow. Going back in time, Mario. Michelle's been riding in the parade since she was 10 years old, and she grew up to inspire other young people to discover their passion for horses. Some of them are here today with us, and they have even become veterinarians, farriers, grooms, and other equine professionals, meaning people who work in the horse industry. They're moonlighting today as lords and ladies. Oh my gosh. And they're even coordinated in their steps.
Very Game of Thrones, very House of Dragon. Fun fact, prepare her horses for all the sights and sounds of the parade. Michelle plays John Philip Sousa marches in the barn. Chills them out. I'm going to try that on the kids before sleep. Well, it's a new chapter for one of the most beloved shows in television history. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. This groundbreaking series took viewers to far corners of the world. Remember this?
Yes, I
Bringing
remember
in
it
wild
so well.
animals and their habitats into living rooms for the very first time. And in 2023, a new generation is in for a treat with the launch of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Protecting the Wild. It's a brand new series that features American animals that are making a comeback.
And this incredible float actually celebrates 2 little bear cub brothers. They were injured in a wildfire, but don't worry, there is a happy ending. These courageous fellows turned the corner after being rehabilitated, and then they were released back into the wild. The TV series donated trees here to help restore and regrow the forest in the very spot where the bears themselves were rescued and still live today.
A lot of bears in this area. A lot of bears around this area. Beautiful black bears. The series, by the way, debuts in January this year on RFD TV and digital channels.
Yeah. And it's going to be hosted by Peter Gross, who is seated right there in the front. You can see him on the float.
Hey,
That's
there
Peter
he
Gross.
is.
I have such fond memories of watching it as a kid.
Yes. Look at all those critters.
This is one of the taller floats. You can see those trees are super high.
Yeah.
They're 23 feet tall. All right, here comes the Salvation Army. It's their 103rd consecutive year of marching in the Rose Parade, and their road to Pasadena is unique. Each musician is part of a local worship center where they play music for Sunday gatherings, and then they arrive from all over the United States. This year, they are also here from South Korea. So they are meeting for the very first time during this parade week, which basically means like it's, a setup for a holiday rom-com. It's like a piccolo from Philly and a trombone from Tampa meet cute. Your violins. I'm going to pitch this afternoon to NBC, and there'll be great parts for all of us, Mario. Yeah.
I'm already envisioning.
You're gonna play the
Could be a holiday film.
Yeah, you're gonna be the misunderstood innkeeper.
Oh, good.
And
Who finds love though? I gotta find
we're all
love.
gonna fall in love with you. Don't worry. About
Okay. To be continued.
You're very lovable.
3, 2, 1, liftoff. This rocket ship racer is launching our future generation to new heights, and it's all fueled by education. In order to help kids think and create, our friends over at Basic make art materials, paper products, and school supplies. Basic believes that education is the first step in building a better society. We've got so many great students here today making their schools and communities very proud.
There's really nothing more satisfying in the entire world, or it's really the ultimate way to start a new year than a opening and cracking open a fresh new box of magic markers. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. Unless the kids start writing on the wall with them, then that's different.
That's true. But often it's just that satisfying feeling. All the caps work. It's like before the crayons break, you know?
Like a nice highlighter.
Yeah, nice highlighter.
Can't get enough of that.
So exciting. Now, this won the Crown City Innovator Trophy, which is kind of cool. Look at that. I wonder how they even made it.
This is their first year in the parade, so welcome. They've got products in over 60 countries, so good for them.
Who doesn't love an inspirational medley? Here is the Pasadena City College Tournament of Roses Honor Band, and they are making it happen with two of my favorite songs, Here Comes Sun, leading into I Can See Clearly Now, which is a great song for today because the rain, in fact, passed. This group has marched in every Rose Parade since 1930, and they are comprised of current PCC band members and select high school students from all over Southern California. This year, over 500 high school music students auditioned for 225 spots, another Hunger Games situation. Very proud of them for making a tough competition.
Congratulations.
Now, if you've ever wanted to see sparkly horses that are way cooler than anything in your sticker book, stay right here. The 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda. We'll be right back.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Ever get a sign the universe is trying to tell you something?
Clues are all around us.
Not that one. That's the one. At University of Phoenix, you could earn your master's degree in less than a year for under $11K. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
And Doug.
Hey man, nice base. Clearly you're a safe driver. You could save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go again.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's nothing glamorous about migraines. Since I was a teenager, the pain has taken me away from my family and friends. But I finally found relief with Nurtec ODT. It's the only medication that can treat my migraine when it strikes and prevent my migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
I'm so grateful that I found something that worked for me. Talk to your doctor about Nurtec ODT.
It's good to be back.
Let's do it.
Months ago, I worked a game case. Are they coming after me now?
Mom, what's going on?
NYPD! Drop your weapon. Drop it now!
Oh my God!
The biggest party in Hollywood is back.
You smell amazing.
I don't have anybody to thank.
I'm the face of post-racial America. Deal with it, Kate Blanchett.
Please rap. I waited 20 years for this. You gonna wait?
Gerard Carmichael hosts the Golden Globe Awards January 10th on NBC, and watch the red carpet live from Eden.
Wow, Mario, this very impressive dragon is fierce, protective, and powerful, and so is the profoundly generous act of organ donation. Our friends at Donate Life are celebrating today with a message and a mission of hope and courage.
Well, what an honor to be here with the float riders, who are both living donors as well as transplant recipients. At the rear of the float, a traditional Chinese arch carries a special message in Mandarin that highlights the importance of saying yes to organ and tissue donation. Don't forget that you can also register to be a donor. It's the ultimate way to pay it forward. I'd say so.
Absolutely. And this is Donate Life's 20th year in the Rose Parade.
Well, we're about to have a fantastic treat, courtesy of our friends from the Illinois Office of Tourism.
American Idol finalist and Illinois native Grace Kinsler performing her original song, Leo.
I'm gonna try. Every time I turn an empty page, and your colors where the picture's great. Nothing better when it's done your way. And I'll do it over and over again. I'll be a Leo, yeah. And I'll do it over and over again. Whoa. Every night I'm in the past, but days I'm moving way too fast without you. Oh, come slow, this rush for me, cause I can't take a hint now. Oh, head way down, been missing all your signs. When I see you around, got me feeling so inspired. So many words, I don't know what to write, but you know I'm gonna try. Every time I turn an empty page, can you call it where the picture's great? Love is better when it's done your way. And I'll do it over and over again. Every time I turn an empty page, can you call it where the picture's great? Love is better when it's done your way. And I'll do it over and over again. I'll be a Leo. I'll be a Leo. And I'll do it over and over again. Y'all, these dancers look amazing. And I'll do it over and over again. Every time I turn an empty page, paint your colors where the picture's great. Life is better when it's done your way. And I'll do it over and over again. Life is better when it's done your way. And I'll do it over and over again. I'll be a Leo. I'll do it over and over and over. Hey, and I'll do it over and over again. Thank you all again so much for being here. Happy New Year. I'm sending you all my love. And I'll do it over and over again.
Thanks to Grace Kinsler.
Grace Kinsler doing a
Bravo,
great
Grace Kinsler,
job.
giving me lots of good reasons to visit Illinois in 2023.
That's right, Chicago in the house right there. Right now, though, I want to call out all NASCAR fans because we got something special for you when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda is back after this.
To you, it may just be an elevator.
Here goes nothing.
But for a young homeowner becoming their parents, it's a learning opportunity.
Come on in. The more the merrier. Paris, huh? Bonjour. We got any out-of-towners in the elevator?
Tom, it is not easy.
10th floor, huh? Must be a heck of a view.
Okay, see how everyone else is facing this way?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, that was terrible. Okay, let's hang back. We're going to try that again.
Fair, freckled, or melanated, we are appreciated. Ultra hydrated, glazed, and glowing, confidence overflowing. New Vaseline lotions, 90% more moisture for my one-of-a-kind skin. And there's no other skin I want to be in.
Can I return this love-hate relationship with cookies?
Of course. Do you want to return them both or just the hate?
I can just return the hate?
Yeah.
With Weight Watchers, you can eat the foods you love, even cookies, and still lose weight. Start today at www.com.
So, you gonna see Helen? What if I don't know what I want?
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing.
Life is uncertain. Everyday pressures can feel overwhelming. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Farmer Boys has found a new way to make breakfast even more mouth-watering. It's the Cinnarroll French Toast Platter. So decadent, folks are coming unglued. You gotta taste cinnamon rolls dipped in batter and cooked to perfection, or you'll flip your wig. Loaded with 2 hand-cracked eggs and bacon, it's sinfully delicious.
Boys gone to pieces.
Farmer Boys, farm food ain't fast food.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Doesn't have to be in that order. Cheers.
Wait a minute. What year is it?
She's murdered tonight.
Wait! Who's gonna deliver our baby?
Oh, I'm gonna need some help. Claire!
Quantum Leap returns tonight on NBC.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. In 2023, drive strong from start to finish all year long. Happy New Year from Goodyear. More driven.
All right, here comes Rotary Club International President Jennifer Jones from Ontario, Canada. She is the first female president in the history of the international organization. I like that, serving with imagination and hope. Our Rotarian float riders focus their efforts this year on helping vulnerable mothers and children get the health care that they need to live well and grow stronger.
That's awesome. A lot of female presidents. Nice to see.
I know.
To celebrate hope for healthy children, they built a giant carousel horse with a golden plume and golden center pole. The horse's mane and tail are white mums. The design of the horse's neck is made from yellow mums, green mums, white and dark lavender mums. So I guess today, mum is the word.
Yes, indeed. Good one.
Like what I did right there?
That was a very good one.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a turn.
It's a solid dad joke right there. Service above self is the Rotary motto. Can't go wrong with that.
I love that. And by the way, to celebrate imagination, they're playing that song "Pure Imagination" from Willy Wonka.
I love
and
that
the
song.
Chocolate
Remember
Factory.
that?
It's beautiful.
Gene Wilder sang that great.
And fittingly, this trophy won the Princess Trophy. As you can see, there's a gorgeous, I guess it's a unicorn coming off the front here, right? Very magical.
With the big, with the flower coming out of the horn right there.
Yeah. Gotta make some wishes there for the Rotary.
Well, what an honor it is to welcome the All Gifu Honor Green Band for their second Rose Parade performance. Their last appearance was in 2017, and it's a composite honor band made up of students from all kinds of different schools all over the Gifu, Japan area. Most of this year's band members are college students, but a few lucky high schoolers made it there too.
Over 2/3 of this band is made up of young women, which is very common apparently for bands in Japan. So take note, world, their mix of traditional dress and black Australian style hats is also very, very chic. I love the way they've combined it.
I like that they rock kimonos. The color guard do, I should say, where the musicians wear black and blue uniforms with those style hats. I like me a good kimono.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it has such a good sense of both traditional and the modern.
Yes.
Working on it.
They look like they're having a great time.
They do.
Let's listen.
Started cold. Suck in the core.
Well, I know that trademark Fez anywhere means we got a float from Shriners Children's. Their teddy bear mascot, Fezzy, is ready to hit the baseball diamond. Fezzy's friends are getting back in the game. The theme of this year's float, they're playing basketball and golf. Look at that. Shriners Children's understand that the work of children is play, and they help young patients to try new things like adaptive sports. So they keep doing what they love to do. Good for them.
Yeah, and I want to give a big high five to National Patient Ambassador Catherine Parker. They are, both of them, Catherine and Parker, they are both riding today's float. These two young athletes overcame injuries and returned to competitive sports. So they are living proof that obstacles are opportunities to test yourself. I love that. You can push yourself. You can find out what you're truly capable of.
A lot of great messages today. And represented on the float are the East-West Shrine Bowl, a storied college all-star game, and the Shriners Children Open, PGA Tour event, as well as college basketball and basketball tournaments in NASCAR. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and speaking of a lot, there's over 50,000 flowers that were used to make this particular float, which is a whole lot of flowers.
That ball is spinning.
Who couldn't use some more sunshine? With 35,000 flowers, Lutheran Hour Ministries is celebrating 72 years in the Rose Parade. And this float depicts a rising sun and families coming together from around the country. The message today, New Year's, is a chance to reflect on how we can thrive with love and joy, no matter what the world throws at us.
Absolutely love that message. And regardless of how we gather or where we find faith, it's always a question of whether we're going to respond to life with the tools that uplift us or react to it, right?
And they won the Director Trophy, which is great.
Yeah.
And deserved. All right, get ready. Get ready for a grand finale performance from the amazing Tanya Tucker when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda is back in just a minute.
Brought to you by Honda, the power of dreams.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One in a hybrid. You can't break a land speed record. Air, you will not conquer the air. Well, you'll never make a real truck or compete off-road. Yeah? What if you can't see the road? What about when there is no road? No land? No gas? They've challenged us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? Honda, the power of dreams.
Good nights made easy. That's totally Target.
Take a picture.
I'm stuck! Is that a new iPhone?
Yep, I just got the new iPhone 14 with its amazing camera at T-Mobile.
I don't know what to do!
Just head to T-Mobile this holiday and get gifts for the whole family. For a limited time, get 4 iPhone 14s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
Wow!
Wow is right, and T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. Unlike the other big guys, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan, ever.
What's your name, please?
My name is Archie Williams.
I'm Christina Ray.
My name is Terry Fader. Competition like this brings out the best in people. And this was you at your very, very best.
Oh, now it's Papa's turn from the folks at the Sierra Madre Rose Float Association, bringing us their 91st float for the Rose Parade. That's Papa's turn, all right. Look, the Cubs are working really hard. They're getting the honey for the dinner. They're fighting the bees while Papa Bear is goofing off on his scooter. Well, who's the grown-up here?
I like that bear, rocking some shades. Now, there are many parenting styles out there, right? I mean, Dad's got to teach his kids to have some fun. On this float, Papa Bear and his scooter are each spinning on a different axis, making it an extra wild ride. I'd call that a little too much fun, except There's no such thing.
No, there's no such thing. Look, he's Papa's breaking the Vespa.
Big bear on a little Vespa. That's funny.
Papa. And this is the winner of the Founder Trophy that used 40,000 flowers to make this boat. Look at those birds of paradise. They're spectacular.
Wow. Shout out to Sierra Madre. This is one of 6 self-bit floats made by volunteers from the city.
Yeah. And actually, I love this. It was inspired by, after all this time that we spent in quarantine, the float represents the joys of being outdoors once again.
Love
All
that.
right.
Well, here come the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Riverside Sheriff's Department Mounted Enforcement Detail in their first ever Rose Parade appearance. So congrats to them. They're a recently formed group that uses their own mounts for civic duties and to support the local sheriff's department in any way they can.
These horses are trained and certified to maintain composure in all manner of stressful situations. So they'll stay nice and calm here. I think I could actually use a little bit of that training. We have a lot of bees surrounding us.
We do.
And we're staying very calm and very composed.
We are
Mario.
staying very calm. We could all use that. This group, by the way, is a specially trained men and women that were established back in 2021. New group, but with an old school mentality with the horses. I love it. Riverside represented the 909. Oh, is that Minnie and Mickey Mouse right there? They both have giant hearts, of course, but it looks like
And
she's
now
got a heck of an arm, too.
Incoming! All right, I bet they've got great friends lined up to them in the end zone.
Hey.
Here are Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse to throw the ceremonial first pass from the Rose Parade to the Rose Bowl Stadium. Joining them is Tennyson, a 2018 Make-A-Wish kid and cancer survivor. Minnie, Mickey, and Tennyson, are you ready? Here we go.
Hey, nice throw! And from all of us to all of you, enjoy the game! Row, row, row!
Celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Mansion Theater for the Performing Arts in Branson, Missouri, Mansion Entertainment Group, the heart and soul of family entertainment worldwide with award-winning animation, film, and television, presents our grand finale. And arriving on a beautiful Frisian is a true country music legend, accompanied by the First AME Church Pasadena Praise Team and friends. Performing her single, Ready as I'll Never Be, is 2-time Grammy Award winner Tanya Tucker.
I felt you calling. I saw you start. From the old town movies to the bars on the boulevard, the bells were ringing for a gypsy soul. Straight to the smart mouth little girl from Seminole. All you outlaws and the Opry queens, they're at those golden arms around the baby of the family. To stand beside you then was more than enough. I always was and always will be looking up. So gather round now, it's time to sing. It's bittersweet, but it's a hell of a silver lining. I tell the same old stories, y'all get your wings. And I get better every time I kiss a weathered cheek and watching doves fly sooner than me. I guess I'm ready as I'll never be. The snow don't fall on Wilcox and the whippoorwill don't lie. are the two things you can count on. And if you blink, you're gonna miss it twice. Even if I saw it coming, even if I wanted to, you're just going to the one place left that I can't follow you. So gather around now, it's time to say it's bittersweet, but it's a hell of a silver lining. I tell the same old stories, y'all get your wings, and I get better every time I kiss a weathered cheek and watching doves fly sooner than me. I guess I'm ready, ready as I'll never be. I'm ready as I'll never be. Thank you so much.
Tanya Tucker right there. Great job
Unbelievable.
as usual.
And the confetti is organic as well.
Yes. All right. Here comes our first visual, huh?
There you go. Wow. Marching forward, the Bujos Marching Band.
The Bujos Marching Band is with us from Industrial Technical High School number 3 in Jalapa, Mexico. This talented group is passionate about sharing the joy and diversity of Mexican culture with audiences all around the world.
And so many traditional costumes are in the mix. I love this. The Azteca design, that's the feather headdress, that honors pre-Hispanic culture. The folklore dresses are inspired by the traditional Jalisco costume, and the colors of the mariachi suit refer to the Mexican tradition of Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. And all right. Now, I wish I could say that I have performed at Super Bowl's World Series with Ringo Starr, Etta James, Lou Rawls, and John Batiste, but you really got to be the LAUSD All-District High School Honor Band to own that lineup. This great LA band puts the unified in LAUSD. They're a vibrant, diverse group that makes the second largest school district in the country so proud. Since the band's inception in 1973, 14,000 students have participated. Not all at once. That would get very hectic, but it would be a huge and amazing band.
Look at that. In addition to percussion and brass musicians, we're seeing drum majors, shield carriers, and tall flags. Oh my.
Oh my.
A majority of the music teachers on band staff are LAUSD alums who participated in the band when they were in high school. I'd love to see all the generations. We had a grandfather, son, and grandson on the last one.
I know it's. Let's take a listen.
Wait a minute. Don't bears hibernate in January? Evidently not. At least one of them throws on a bow and tie and grabs a longboard. You're going to find him catching the wave of service. No wonder he's proud. He gets to represent Kiwanis International, a service organization that helps children worldwide by fighting hunger, improving literacy, providing leadership training, and a whole bunch more.
You know, there are three reasons I am so into this bear. Okay, number one, he has a K for Kiwanis International, naturally. Number two, he's made of yellow chrysanthemums. And I mean,
Who doesn't
obviously,
love a yellow
and
chrysanthemum?
who wouldn't be into that if they met a bear made of chrysanthemums? I mean, that's number three. And the third is that his shorts have flags from all over the world.
Very
Mario.
California.
Yeah,
It's a California bear right
and
there.
it's an international hottie.
Speaking of international, they got clubs all over 80 countries all around the world.
Yeah.
And another
here we have the
club.
Lions International.
The Lions Club is here today with a float called Bridging the World Through Service. And they're not kidding. 3 beautiful structures remind us that working together can help bridge the divides in our communities. Under those bridges, we're seeing folks growing healthy food and sustainable gardens, fighting hunger, and helping the environment are Lions Club priorities.
Yeah, now listen to this partial list of materials. Redwood bark, cedar branches, yellow carnations, light lavender carnations, green parsley.
Parsley?
And I have just designed my new fragrance. I'm going to call it Parade.
I
On
like
the Gas
that.
Tires Parade. All right, Kaiser Permanente. They provide Fries are criminal. Oh, Mario, we did it!
We did do it!
High five! Wow!
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at that! I'm very proud of us. I feel like we have already seen and done so much. Cowboys, marching bands, gorgeous colors. 2023 has just begun.
And we're off to a great start. Turning the corner into the new year with everyone here and at home has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. We also want to thank all our military, first responders, and frontline heroes. We deeply appreciate everything you do for us at home and all around the world.
Goodbye. Happy, healthy new year to everyone.
New
Happy
Year.
2023.
Yes, God bless.
Today, one of Hollywood's hottest stars, Tracee Ellis Ross, shares some hair